A new season is here of Monday Night Madness on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Fans have flocked to Limaland Motorsports Park tonight, and the 12-race schedule is back in full force. Welcome to Monday Night Madness, brought to you by Oswegan Speedway on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Our first of three races this evening. We begin with the Open 358 Modifieds, and the Open 358s are brought to you by Glen Ridge Motorsports Park. So glad you could join us all on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Marty Sakala with you alongside Zach Chapman. Zach, good to be back with you for another season. 2024 Season 2 is here. And we start things off, of course, with the Open 358 Modifieds. They are back after a highly successful inaugural season. Qualifying currently getting underway right now as things stand. Believe we have over 12 people with us this evening, so we should be good to go with action here tonight. Dylan Kinsey, currently your quickest driver on track with a 12:97. Randall Dixon working on lap number 2 as things stand. About 21, I believe, this evening, too, so we're not alone, that's for sure. So Sam Bachman, third quickest, 13:07 his time. There's Michael Vitale off of turn 3. You see the lap time slide out. Vitale's second lap. It's a 13:095. Bud Molyneux coming off turn 4 in the 883 across the stripe, lap 1 on the board. Goes 17th at a 13:319. Final few seconds of qualifying. Not sure if he would put up a lap. And that'll do it for qualifying. So Dylan Kinsey is your quickest. He'll pick up 5 bonus points to begin the season. And with that being said, a new season just about underway. Meet the field and get you your starting lineup for our first heat race of the season. Trent Verstraeten on pole position. Next to him, it's Harold Klump. Kelly Wheeler in the 110 next to Dylan Kinsey. He makes up row number 2. Brian Lawson and Jake Henry a part of row number 3. Bob DeGutt starts from the 7th spot. We are working on getting Zach up and at it. Give us just one moment here. Zach, can you say something?
I can say something.
Perfect. We got you out. Discord audio is a little bit funky from time to time here, so. But first heat race set to go. Trent Verstraeten and Harold Klump will bring us to green flag. Winner starts on pole position. Underway with heat 1. Verstraeten with the early lead, followed by Klump, Wheeler, and Kinsey. Good to see, by the way, Zach. Let's go back to it once again if we missed a pre-race. The Open 358's back after a highly successful first season.
Yeah, and you brought up the bonus points here for qualifying, the 5 bonus points. That's going to be a big deal because you saw last season how close were the points. I mean, came down to incident points kind of mattering, so it's a big deal, and we got a battle for the leader, Marty Slider.
Kinsey trying the slide job on Verstraeten. Risky slider, and he does take the lead at the line. Here comes Klump at 5:55, looking for a peek downstairs. Don't know if it's really going to work just yet. Kelly Wheeler on the attack. 2 to go in this heat as Kinsey's pulling away. 3 wide for second, Zach.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised the bottom's working as well as it is. You see Dylan really making it work. Trent's maybe overdriving a little bit, going to get beat to the line here.
Final lap underway as Wheeler throws the slider on for straight in for the second position. See if he can get it off at turn number 4. You know who's going to win the heat. It's Kinsey for straight and falls back to third as Kelly Wheeler finishes second. The opening heat race, by the way, brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies. Quality racing bodies designed by Dan Chapman in Clarence, Iowa. So now,
when set up, you saw Trent was real loose in the middle of the corner the last couple laps, but now he can go make adjustments to the car.
Absolutely. We now move on to Heat 2, brought to you by Full Throttle Motorsports. And here's the starting lineup as things get set up. Randy Shreves on pole position. Who 2 is outside is Randall Dixon. He's in car number 011. Anthony Morano is on row 2. His teammate Scott Rayom is 2 is outside. Row number 3, the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker, the 513. And next to him, Bud Molyneux with the 883. And rounding out the field in car number 83, that's the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer.
Green, green, green.
Here we go for the green flag. Heat race number 2 underway.
Great jump for the outside line there, Marty.
3 wide for second, barely with Shreves in the middle. Let's see if Rayom can get the drive off the corner. The high side's always the place you want to be at Limaland. Rayom edges out both Morano and Shreves. Remember, for the open setup, Morano knows how to work open setups well, so he could be a factor on the low line tonight. Off of turn number 4, putting lap number 2 up on the books. Still Randall Dixon now out in front, followed by Rayom here, Zach.
Yeah, he was able to get a real good jump at the start. Kind of questionable. He may have beat the leader to the line, but we'll have to find out at the end of the race.
Trouble, Brandon Dittmer has gone around off at turn number 4. We got a race for the lead, though. Rayom challenging Dixon. Let's see if he can get that middle groove to work. He washes up the hill just briefly. Dixon hanging on with 2 to go in Heat 2.
Yeah, just barely hanging on. He had a run there. Looked like Scott had to check up there. Almost got into him. But he knows here coming to the white flag, if he's got anything, he's got to do it here, Marty.
Shreves and Morano having a great race for third at the white flag. Let's see if Rayom can do something. On forward with him down the back, not going to do anything. Decides to keep it tucked behind the 011. Randall Dixon wins Heat 2. He is having a fun past few weeks. Oh, wow, we got a flip. Bud Molyneux barrel rolling just after the checkered flag.
Yeah, they were 3 wide coming out of turn 4 for third place. It was quite a crazy finish.
So Heat 2 is done. We now move on to Heat race number 3. Heat race number 3 brought to you by our friends at Glen Ridge Motorsports Park, hosting the Dirt Car 350 Modifieds for another season in 2024. On the pole, it's Dean Reynolds in the 79. Next to him, it's Anthony Vitale Jr. in the 321. Michael Vitale in the 213. Next to Sam Bachman in the 007, the 107 rather. That's row number 2. Row 3, Logan Wentz in the 118. Next to Matt Schaefer, he's in the 833. Rounding out the grid is Zane Walters. He's riding car number 317. Set to go green for Heat race number 3. Winner starts inside of row 2. Front row really not up to a full pace come to the green flag, but it's Reynolds who leads the field off of turn 2. Kelly goes over second, and Dino just gets in front of Anthony Vitale Jr. Bachman tries to thread the needle, but he cannot off of turn 4. It's Reynolds followed by a pair of Vitales and Bachman. That's your top 4. Michael nearly gets into the quarter panel of Anthony, but hangs on, Zach.
Yeah, and now he's able to slot up in line there in third behind his relative there. Not sure what the relation is, but big move by Dino going back to the first lap when he was able to clear Anthony and get up high. But now he's got to hold Anthony off. Here he comes.
Look at that. It's Vitale Jr. Slide job. Reynolds counters back and hanging on for right now at the halfway point. Dino crisscrosses with a slider of his own. On board Vitale Jr. He looks at it. They touch. Reynolds is sideways, but what a save he just made.
Yeah, Dino went down to close the door, I think. Didn't realize Anthony was there. Anthony did a good job of locking it up right away, and now they both live to race another day here. Keep on rolling, boys.
Now this puts Michael Vitale in the second spot. Sam Bachman looking for a run. Long away around the racetrack. He's got the room just barely. Anthony has to go down low. Now tries to throw a slider at Mike Vitale. How about the window? Dino or Mike Vitale? Who you got? Crossing and making contact. Sam Bachman in the wall hard as Dean Reynolds wins Heat 3. May need to take a breather after that one, Zach.
Yeah, I think you're going to have two people maybe fighting in the pits here during warm-ups, Marty, after that heat.
Oh, my goodness. Who knows? Get the cameras out. Alrighty, our Oshwegan Speedway warm-up watch now about to take place, so stay with us here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Warm-up's currently wrapping up here at Limaland Motorsports Park. You gotta look at their Dean Reynolds for a little bit. Dylan Kinsey currently fourth quick of the 083. Right now, though, it's Kelly Wheeler on the top of the chart with a 13:07. He's starting second.
Yeah, and that's almost the preferred spot, I think, with starting on green. A lot of these guys, it seems like in warm-ups, like the high side. Not sure if it's maybe a disadvantage because they're not up to full speed yet, but we'll see here going into turn one.
We'll also see Randall Dixon second. How about the drive he had last week at Charlotte Motor Speedway? Yeah. All 30 laps for his first ever win in the Coast to Coast Racing League. Perhaps he can be looking for a number of years tonight. We'll just have to see what goes down. Alrighty. First feature of the night set to go. Let's give you the field in the starting lineup, brought to you by RSN Trackside. On the pole, Dylan Kinsey in the 083. Next to him, it's Randall Dixon in car number 011. Row number 2, Dean Reynolds. Dino's in the 79, next to Kelly Wheeler in the 110. Row 3, it's Scott Rayome in the 444, next to Michael Vitale in the 213. Row number 4, Trent Verstraeten in the 088, next to Anthony Morano in the 32. Rounding out the top 10 this evening is Matt Schaefer in the 833 and Harold Klump for the 555. Row number 6, Bud Molyneux in the 883 and Logan Wentz in the 118. Row 7, Brian Lawson in the 9 and Randy Shreves in the 56. Row number 8, Anthony Vitale Jr. in the 321 and Jake Henry in the 171. Row 9, the Brewer to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513 and Sam Bachman in the 107. Row number 10, Bob to go in the 7 and Brandon Dittmer in the 83. And rounding out the field this not tonight is Zane Walters in car number 317. All right, Zach, we're 1 to green. Pull this back up. Who's your pick to win tonight?
Oh, you know, I hate doing this. I hate going with the guy on the pole, but Dylan's just looks so fast tonight. I think it's going to be Dylan Kinsey.
Let's see if he can win our opening Open 358 feature brought to you by Glenridge Motorsports Park. Give me Dean Reynolds to get the job done. I don't know. I'm just feeling Dino type tonight. All righty. Steve King Foundation pace car is in. Seeds an opening race of the season for the Open 358. It's time to get it on.
Great jump for Dino. Look at him battling for the lead, Marty.
Start tonight brought to you by Lucy Olson. The field all 2x2 off at turn number 4. Who's going to lead lap 1 at the stripe? Give it to Dylan Kinsey. Reynolds with the bite off at turn 2, looking to use that to his advantage. These are pace laps right now at speeds of about 65, 70 miles an hour. This is awesome to see, Zach. Now Kinsey, there's Reynolds, and now Randall Dixon looking underneath.
Yeah, Randall really got caught sleeping on that start. Dylan was able to clear him, throw the slider in 1 and 2, and Dean was able to hook it up well enough on the. Oh wow, you're not kidding. Parking lot.
555 is also involved. We have junked up a bunch of them in turn number 1. Actually, is the yellow come out? It has.
We might need a tow truck.
We're having some technical difficulties with our caution flag indicator. We'll try and get that fixed up here. Here's another look at what happened. Straighten, put the 213 of Mike Vitale in the wall. And then mayhem. Jake Henry took a wild ride in the 171, right on board with them. Pardon me, that was actually Harold Plump that took the wild ride. Big one already at Limaland. The field all stacked up. First of 3 double file restarts. That's all changed, by the way, on Monday nights. It used to be all double file restarts until 10 laps to go. The series has returned back to 3 double file restarts and then single file the rest of the way. So we're back to green. Never mind, we're not going green. This is a delayed green. Don't believe everyone was up to the field or what was going on.
All right, man. Like to back on the
I think a couple people need some
not going green.
Positioning order changes, so they're just trying to get the grid the way it should be, make sure nobody gets a black flag, and they should get them rolling.
Makes things fair enough there. All right, I think we've got everything figured out. We're using a temporary caution flag indicator here for right now. But Dylan Kinsey, Dean Reynolds, row 1, Kelly Wheeler, Randall Dixon, Anthony Morano round out the top 5. We're back to green. A horrible jump from Randall Dixon. Dino, meanwhile, was caught sleeping on the restart. Kinsey holds serve. Here comes Wheeler looking for second down the back. And it's 3 wide for 4. 4 wide for the back.
Oh my gosh, Marty, how did they make it?
I don't know. But somehow we're still racing. Wheeler around the outside, keeping away second he can. How about Anthony Morano in that 32? Started 8th, avoided the first caution. It's up to 4 now, trying to challenge his FTM teammate for 3rd. Seven laps complete here. Meanwhile, Zach behind up 3 wide with Anthony Vitale Jr. Stuck in the middle. That's the son of Mike Vitale, if anyone's wondering.
And not only are they 3 wide, Marty, but they're only using the middle to the bottom. Nobody went up high. I don't know how they made it through there.
Vitale Jr. takes away the 7th spot. He is up 8 positions after starting 15. And ladies and gentlemen, Zane Walters started 21st. He has cracked the top 10. Let's go to the racing for 3rd. Anthony Morano testing the limits downstairs to the bottom step of the podium, and it's not working. 10 laps complete. Here's a look at the best 5 lap times here in the last few laps, and way too close to call in the front of the field right now, Zach.
No, all very equal cars, but we still have, 18 laps to go here, Marty, so the track's going to change a lot. So it's definitely one of those things, if you're really fast right now, that may be something to worry about.
Now, if you're Kelly Wheeler, do you play possum here and just stay patient until the final lap, or what do you do here?
No, if you can get the lead any chance you can, you do it, because if a caution comes out, knock on wood, Dylan Kinsey's going to choose the top on the restart, and then he's got to hope the same thing doesn't happen to him that he did to Dino on the last restart.
Morano again looking. Vitale Jr. again, this time underneath. Randall Dixon trying to crack the top 5. Morano again wants 3rd. And you see Dylan Kinsey running a little bit of a lower line compared to Kelly Wheeler on corner exit. I think he's testing out the time in case anything happens. Meanwhile, the cross flags are up, 15 up and 15 down. Reynolds sends it in, looking for 2nd on Wheeler. Morano tries once more. Can't get 3rd. Oh! I think Reynolds made contact with Wheeler there off of 2.
Yeah, that or he got the right rear in the wall a little bit. It definitely looked squirrely, but lived to fight another day. But meanwhile, Dylan is just pulling away, Marty.
And behind him, it's a 7-car freight train for 2nd. Put all of them under a blanket. That's Morano attacking for 3rd, looking for the bite. And Anthony Vitale Jr. again on the charge. We mentioned he's up 10. Now looks to go longer away on Anthony Morano for 4th, but can't do it. Morano nearly has 3rd over Dino.
We got 7 guys in that picture, all 7 guys driving a different line through the corners, Marty. They're all trying to find something to make it work.
Oh boy, Vitale, tried to send it in again on Dino, and it's just not working out for him one bit. That's as high as he can go for right now. Reynolds still hanging on for 3rd. Watch out for Sam Bachman as well. Wheeler got too high in turn number 2. Reynolds trying to capitalize, and same with Morano, but did Dino have to back out of it? He did! Morano forces his way to 3rd here as we have 9 to go.
Yeah, Morano's really found something running the very bottom in 1 and 2. He can't do it in 3 and 4. He's got to float up to the middle. That's how he was able to get by Dean, but bottom of 1 and 2, he's quick.
Back to that 5-lap average. Quickest car is Dylan Kinsey. 2nd quickest, Morano in the FTM 32. Now looking for 2nd on Kelly Wheeler off for turn number 4. He's got it. Low line is working extremely well for Morano. Can he catch Kinsey with 7 to go?
He's going to need a caution, Marty. He just doesn't have enough time to run down Dylan.
I believe if we do get a caution flag, the next restart will be single file, as we are under 10 to go, even if we have 2 opportunities and double file restarts remaining. 5 fingers in the air by Barney, 5 to go. Dean's lost another position to Anthony Vitale Jr. Kelly Wheeler now dealing with the pressure from the 321. The junior looking for the 3rd position. Oh my, it's Mike Vitale proud of him right now. They touch from 4th at the line.
They got fenders, Marty. Use them.
They got Scabrio. He saves it. Same with Anthony Vitale. 3 laps remaining. Meanwhile, Morano trying everything to catch Dylan Kinsey. He's going to need a yellow flag.
It's got to come quick, Marty.
2 laps to go for Dylan Kinsey in the 083, the Full Throttle Motorsports entry. Having talked about him a lot when it comes to the podium, we're in the final lap. The FTM number 83 down the back chute, ready to kick off the season off right off for turn 4. Kinsey dominates from pole and wins at Limaland. Morano 2nd, Wheeler third, Reynolds fourth, and Rayome fifth. Biggest mover, Sam Bachman from 18th to 7th. Walters also from last to 10th. Bachman gets the credit for the bonus points. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Open 358s do not disappoint tonight. One caution flag in this race.
No, yeah, great race from those guys. Can't ask for anything better than that, Marty. And Dino side by side with Kelly Wheeler at the line too, almost able to get third.
Incredible. Just outstanding with the way this race went down tonight. We'll get you your top three here. So Kinsey the winner, Morano in second. Wheeler third, Reynolds fourth, Rayome in fifth. Vitale Jr. sixth, Bachman seventh, Dixon eighth, Schaefer ninth, and Zane Walters rounds out the top 10. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get you any stats here to confirm if this is Kinsey's first ever win in the Coast to Coast Racing League. Believe it's his first win in Monday Night Madness. We'll have to ask him about that. Just waiting for Kelly Wheeler here, and then we can continue on with the proceedings. And we will actually bring in Kelly here in just a moment. Let's begin with Anthony Morano in that 32, finishing in second. Anthony, a great run, moving up to second. When did the low line start to come in for you?
I was trying to get it to work earlier in the night there, and just wasn't happening. And I remembered last year during a fixed race here, me and Butch Baker put on a really good race, and I was running that line. And figured I'd go down there and give it a whirl, and got under Dean, and then was able to get up under Kelly, and just figured I would stick there and see what would happen. I was trying to reel Dylan in there, but he had that car pretty hooked up tonight. So we'll take second and move on to next week. Good way to start the season.
How much fun did you have tonight? I mean, and I know Dean will say the same thing, and he just joined in chat, but holy cow, that was a hell of a race tonight.
Yeah, it was definitely a...
358s, right, Anthony?
Oh, man, this is my favorite division out there. I love running this. This is my favorite thing to do. Just glad we're back running it again this season. And I don't think we had a bad showing last season at all for the first year with them. So, it gives a lot of guys different advantages. You can do, obviously, a lot more. And, it gets more technical, but it's the best way to learn is to just do it. So, I mean, we have Gunner puts our setups out here so we, guys can come out and try them, and hopefully people are. I mean, obviously, I won this championship the first season, and I think this setup pretty much won almost every race. So, I mean, it's here. Use it, guys. It'll definitely help you.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
I thank my wife, Sherry, everybody at FTM, my buddy Dino here at Super Dirt Car, Logan at High Mom Lens, MDI TV, Swan Speed Shop, DJ Sim, everyone here at the Coast to Coast League, and you guys are doing a broadcast.
All right, man. Great job, great run,
Good
and
job, brother.
best of luck next week.
Thanks, Dino. Thanks, Marty.
Now, Dino, I got to ask once again real quick before we bring in Kelly. Was that the baseline setup?
It was. It was a baseline setup, and the only thing I do is change gears. Whether it's Williams Grove, Limaland, Kokomo, it feels good. I'm not smart enough to tinker or anything like that. There's other people that can take full advantage of Gunner's special setups for each track, which if you know what to do and change, go get them. But I just feel comfortable with that, and I think I had a car too. We were just side by side the entire race. We couldn't pass each other.
Now we know who taught Blake Chapman everything he knows. Way to sell that.
Yep. Let's go to Kelly Wheeler, our third place finisher. Kelly, I got to ask the same question I just asked Anthony. How much fun was that race tonight?
Oh, it was fun. It was a blast. Yeah, I loved it.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, so much close quarters racing, a lot of side-by-side action for you. Starting in fourth, made your way, I believe, back up to second at one point, then fell back to third with Anthony Morano. Just talk about your run here as a whole tonight.
Oh, I don't know. I was just hoping I could finish up there. I don't know. I don't know what to say, really. I'm just glad I finished where I did. I know
We can say more.
I know that it was hard for me to hold Dean off because I know he was there.
What does the long run do for a driver during a race, pretty much?
Well, I'm like Dean. I'm so old it wears me out.
I can understand that. So, well, before we let you go, who do you want to give shout-outs to?
I gotta thank my wife for letting me do this. She never says a word or complains. She enjoys it watching me. Really, I gotta thank DNS Siding Remodeling, Ingersoll Rand Incorporated. I gotta thank you all for doing your broadcasting and everything y'all do. I gotta thank some of the guys at FTM. I've been running with them some, and I've been getting a little quicker since I've been running with them. And I got to thank Coast to Coast for getting us a good place to race.
Well, we'll let you go. Great job tonight. Congratulations. Hopefully we see you in the Rebels.
Good one, Kelly. Next time, move over and let me by, will you?
Well, I was wanting to, but I wasn't wanting to because
no, you did. That was a great race. I don't even think we touched once. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good job, brother.
Hey, thank you, sir.
All right, that's Kelly Wheeler, our third-place finisher. Let's go to Victory Lane and talk with your winner, Dylan Kinsey. Dylan, I don't know because I can't access it right now, but was this your first ever win in Coast to Coast and first win in Open 358s? I don't know.
It is my first win in Open 358, but my second overall win with Coast to Coast.
Awesome.
Great and I picked him to win. Let's go.
Oh, boy.
Scooby got him.
Good thing you didn't tell me that before. I would have choked.
I'll admit, Dean, I picked you to win. So,
you could have picked anyone in those first 3 rows, and it would have been a good pick.
Yes, absolutely. But, Dylan, walk us through that race from start to finish. I thought for a moment Marano was going to get you, but you checked out the perfect time.
Yeah, first I just got to apologize for the heat. I pushed real hard. I was going to throw a slider, and I started pushing real hard over those bumps, and I just was chasing it up the hill. So I got to apologize for that. But, yeah, in the feature, I seen Marano coming at the end. I was praying for no cautions, and I had the gear I was running, I didn't want to go to the bottom where he was because I was afraid I wasn't going to have enough pull off the bottom. So I just stuck with the middle once I realized the top was going away.
Was your car just simply, was the high side the only place you could have it work out tonight?
I'm not sure. I was afraid to try it. You know what I mean? It was working so well up top and in the middle that I didn't want to change anything. That's my downfall sometimes. I start overthinking and I change things and I don't run well.
Now, this is a switch, Mr. Bottom Feeder, that used to have a rear spoiler that says I feed off the bottom, and now all you do is go to the top.
That's because you made me go up there now.
I think the top was the faster lane, Marty, but Anthony can run the bottom like nobody. He is so good down there.
Yeah, Anthony's amazing down there.
May have to give up the nickname of Brennan Lacey to Anthony Marano.
Oh, yeah, you might have to.
Yeah, we might. Big might. How are you enjoying this one tonight, Dylan?
Oh, I'm excited. I might actually try to bring this momentum over to a Big Block official. I don't know. We'll see.
All
come on, Rebels. Get a sprint car. Put your wing on. Come on.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to stick with a modified.
Well, before we let you go, Dylan, who do you want to give shout-outs to?
All my teammates at FTM. Them guys are great. I love being over there. Dean Reynolds at Super Dirt Car. Kind of really got me going, sponsored me first, and then helped me get on FTM. Scott helped me get on as well, get me noticed. Gunnar Swan Chair at Swan Speed Shop. I had to get one for him. I've been wanting to get one for him for a long time. He puts in so much work. 4 o'clock Monday mornings, those sets are dropping in Discord.
Oh, he does. Absolutely. It is 4 a.m. My phone goes off, and it's Gunnar.
Yep. Yeah, so I wanted to get one for him. I finally got one for him. I'm really loyal to him. I love his sets. He's a great guy. I got to thank my wife and kids for letting me do this. You guys with the broadcast and everyone at Coast to Coast that makes it happen.
All right, man. Enjoy it. Congratulations. A great win, Dylan.
Good job, brother. Good job, man.
Thank you.
All right, Dylan Kinsey, your winner. We're going to step aside and pay some bills. Got a while before the next session officially begins, so stay with us at the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Gets on the channel.
Hiatus. So, let's get. Tonight we'll be talking about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
this time for another. Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing. Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We're getting set to go for Rebels action. Here, Rebels is always brought to you by Malcolm's Mills Mill Ready. Marcus Cal alongside Zach Chapman. Dean Reynolds is going to join us in the booth for Rebels action here this evening. Dino, after a fun open 358 race, we've seen some changes to the sprint car setups here. How do you think this is going to go down tonight?
This is going to be a wild card crapshoot here because, it's an open setup race, and with the new build, some of the setups do not feel comfortable that people were using last season that felt very comfortable, i.e. me. So we're scrambling here to find setups that feel comfortable. And but I ran a matinee this afternoon just to get used to it, and I'm going to a backup setup that I'm okay with. But the problem is the car is tight going in, and then you want to gas it to get the car to go around the corner, and then it snaps, and then it wants the push to come off. So it's trying to get in the groove in the corners is the whole key. Straightaways you're fine, but this is going to be interesting, especially with a full field of cars.
Let's pull up the times here, Zach. Trent Verstraeten is currently the quickest at a 10:89. That is an impressive car count.
Yeah, looking at 21 cars, because I don't think Barker's racing. I believe he black flagged himself. He's just admitting. So yeah, 21 cars, gonna have a lot of cars.
So we got qualifying set here for 2 minutes. First driver we will watch on the racetrack. We'll put on the Bassman. Roger Craig at the 747. Of course, you'll see the times pop up here on your screen as they come. At the bottom, you'll see if they are in green, that means they're working on a good lap, their best lap. Purple means pole lap. Orange means a slower lap. So the Bassman will set the bar here off at turn number 4. Brandon Detmer actually goes to the quickest. Brady Floyd maybe. Brady Floyd is third quickest with 53. Trent Verstraeten, meanwhile, comes off for turn number 4. 11:97, trying to beat that. He's slower, 12:10. Brandon Detmer with a faster lap by lap 2, 11:89. Talon Ulibarri third quickest at a 12:07. Zane Walters third. JJ Oedel making his debut, but quick time, Steven Stewart. 11:88 for the driver of the number 47. Zach Neubauer in his return, meanwhile, with the number 52. Tries to make his way off for turn number 4. He's fifth quickest at 12:132. Lap 2 times at 12:372, so just a bit slower.
Don't look at my time.
Ross Corina on lap number 1 goes fifth quick at a 12:08. The boss now shifting down to Rebels this season. Was a Renegade last year. Second lap time for Corina, just a bit slower as he goes 12:157, but is fifth quickest. Under 30 seconds to go in qualifying. Looking for one more driver to qualify. That is Neil Strauser. If he does not qualify, we will be set with 22 drivers and 3 heats this evening. Dean, there you go. There's your sunset.
Too much cloud cover. I got to talk to the person who set this up. You got to set it up under clear skies. But we'll see. Oh boy, starting 7th. Got my work cut out. Let's dive right in, Marty.
All righty, let's dive right in indeed. Heat race number 1 tonight, brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies. And here's the starting lineup. On the pole, Zane Walters in the 317 next to Brian Dickens in the 122. Row number 2, Talon Ulibarri in the 19 and Steven Stewart in the 47. Row 3, the return of the Flying Fry, Kevin Fry in the 21 and Gary Offut in the 94. Rounding out the field, it's Dean Reynolds in the 79 and the astronaut Neil Strauser in the 68. All right, Dino, we'll put you on mute briefly for now, but good luck. All right, there we go. All righty, Zach. Field just about set to roll off here. What are we expecting in this heat, battling for pole?
Everybody's going to be nervous because I've been testing a couple different setups. I'm actually going to test drive this race too. I'm experiencing the same thing Dean talked about, really, really tight on entry. So turn 1's going to be a mystery. If you're stuck on the bottom, you got to make sure you're playing the throttle right and make sure you get the car to turn so you don't go hit the guy above you. And at the same time, the guy on the outside, you don't have a lot of momentum yet, so you got to get the car turned enough that you don't get in the wall.
Gonna take an extra lap here before we go green. Have drivers figure out the setup. A slick track here as we get set for heats. Not a slick track that we saw during qualifying. As I mentioned, winner is on pole for tonight's feature. Dickens
green,
and
green.
Walters bring us to green. Field 2x2 off in turn 2, and it's still side by side. Steven Stewart takes the risk and turns Walters, but somehow the 317 stays it, and Stewart leads lap 1 from 4th to 1st. He tries the slide job on Dickens. The 122 with the crisscross has the lead.
Yeah, they're battling all over the track, Marty. You look anywhere, you're going to see action. 2-3 wide almost for third.
Onboard
For
Steven
fourth.
Stewart had the quickest time in qualifying. Looked like he was going to get a heck of a start and pull away from Dickens. That is not the case. Talon Ulibarri, fastest driver on the track after a 12:17, and is looking for the lead down low on Dickens. Where did Ulibarri come from? Came out shooting out of a cannon. That's where he came out of. This time he got loose off for turn 2, and now Dickens tries to gather the lead back. 3 to go in this heat, Zach.
Yeah, he's showing you can get it done on the bottom, but you have to be smooth. You cannot get loose at all. There he had a good exit, and he's right there with him. He needs to file together a couple good laps, and we might have a lead change.
Way too close to call at the line, but they were just about dead even. The bite for Ulibarri works off for 2 to take the lead. Dickens tries to counter it back. Perfect amount of yaw as Dickens sends it in 1 to go in this heat.
Yeah, Dickens is really trying to pinch him down on entry, make him feel uncomfortable. That's the only. Oh, it looked like maybe he got in the wall or had to get out.
Here they come off at turn 4. Ulibarri or Dickens. Oh my! Talon Ulibarri by 0.03 of a second. Wow, what a heat. Great way to kick off the Rebels. We now move to Heat 2, which is brought to you by our good friends at Full Throttle Motorsports. Here's a look at the starting lineup on the pole. J.J. Odell making his debut in the number 13, next to Jeff Kemper in the 181. Row 2, it's the boss, Ross Corina in the 10, next to the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Row 3, Greg Parmalee in car number 4, and Joder Canellis in the number 1. Rounding out the field, the Bassman, Roger Craig in the 747, and the return of the Ayla Outlaw, Preston Cranmer in the 07. Want to take an opportunity here real quick and say thank you and big congratulations to Preston Cranmer on all he has done for the Coast to Coast Racing League. He has stepped down as race director and admin with the organization to focus on time with his family, but still driving though, that's for sure. Great to see Preston back on the racetrack.
Yeah, Preston's done a lot for the league over the years and dealt with a lot of BS from a lot of whining drivers. So, Preston, we appreciate you for everything you've done.
He's dealt with me.
Yes, he's dealt with all of us. Dino, what
Yeah,
do you
he's dealt with
expect-
me probably more than both you guys combined.
Dino, what do you expect in Heat 2 as we come to green?
Hopefully they didn't have the setup I had.
Green flag.
I tell you, it is a crapshoot, but boy, those 5 guys in front of me knew what to do. I sure the heck didn't.
Odell takes the lead off in turn number 2. Kevin gets a little bit wide as Dittmer tries to thread the needle 3 wide for second. Corino moves up into the runner-up spot after starting third. Lap 1 led by Odell. Kemper and Dittmer racing for the 3rd position. Again, low line working to both drivers' advantage. This time Corino looks to go longer way around the racetrack. A ring 3 wide off into 2 we are. Here comes the Spider Monkey coming out of nowhere. Brandon Dittmer takes the lead. A lot of wheel spin off for 4, Dino.
What's Dittmer doing down there? I mean, for a guy that normally rides the wall, wait, he looks very smooth down there.
Same thing that Ulibarri was doing in heat race number 1, but now the boss tries to fight things back as we're halfway home in heat 2, Zach.
Yeah, good luck though, man. Dittmer is really fast down there. I'm out here test driving right now, and Dittmer's got me by a straightaway, man. It's unbelievable how fast he's hooking that bottom up.
Low line is the place to be, but if the track gets too slick, do you have to switch to the high side maybe? We'll have to see. 2 to go, Dean Dittmer running quick laps. 11:92 is his best.
Yeah, but Ross ran the top of the matinee, and now looks like he's getting in a groove. This could be a photo finish, I think, for the finish here.
Oh, it is. White flag is out. 1 to go. Corinna on the cushion.
Standby.
Dittmer on the fight. Off for 2. Dittmer's got the lead for now. Corinna sends it in deep in a 3 and 4 on the high side to the checkered flag. Another photo finish, and it's Ross Corinna by again 300ths.
I didn't think Ross was going to get it because he hit the wall coming at it too, and I thought he lost his momentum.
What incredible racing it is to kick off on the Rebels. We now move on to Heat 3. Brought to you by Glenridge Motorsports Park. And here's the starting lineup. Brian Lawson starts on pole position in the 9 next to Brady Floyd in the 53. Row 2, Zach Neubauer in the 52. And Trent Verstraeten in the 88. Row 3, Sean Atkins making his debut in the 332, and Bryce Odo in the 62. Rounding out the field, Bob Curtis in the 012. Zach, I think you were about to say something before we went to the lineup. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Wasn't me. Not this time. It normally is me, but not me this time.
I was going to say, Marty, zoom in on that sunset now.
Let's see here. We want the scenic cam. I know I have a scenic cam. There we go. I still see a lot of clouds, Dino.
Yeah, they had a nice little orange-purple set there, I thought, when I saw.
We may have to get away from this camera angle here. We'll see what. Oh, wait a second. Here we go. We're getting it. We're getting it. Oh,
racetracks and sunsets. Come on, Marty. I don't miss a good sunset.
Yeah, you can never miss a good sunset.
That's why chicks stick me.
Green, green, green.
Flag is out. Heat 3's underway.
I'm going to take a black and red car to win this heat.
That's a good bet.
The third. As Neubauer and Lawson are wing to wing. The 52 leads lap number 1. Dino, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but right now that's a black and orange car out in front.
Wow, the sunset probably blocks my... Yeah, it is a little orange on there. You're right. You get my age, you'll understand.
We'll call it burnt orange.
Yeah, thank you, Jack. Jack, you know, you're a man of wisdom.
I'm seeing a little more red myself, so
yeah,
you know,
there you
maybe.
Go. Come on, Marty.
We're straightening up on the cushion, same line that Corinna was using, and he makes his way up to second as they're 3 wide. And Sean Atkins in that 332 that nearly touches the tire of Brian Lawson, trying to take away third, which he has at the start finish line. Now on second from Verstraeten. Verstraeten was third quickest in time trials, but he taps the wall once again, Zach.
Yeah, I think Verstraeten is the quickest car on track right now, but he just can't keep it out of the wall. And when he strings together 2 laps or so, he's really quick, but he's just got to keep it together, keep it out of the fence.
See here, who's looking to be the better driver as things stand. It is currently Neubauer, followed by Atkins and Chapman, but Neubauer lost some time there with 2 to go. I don't know what's going to be enough time, Dean.
Yeah, well, his exit is really getting messed up because the track's getting slicker during this heat. You can see it blowing off.
A lot of drivers trying to send it in, a lot of wheel spin. But for straightening off for turn 2, Neubauer's going to win this race by over 0.8 of a second. Verstraeten second, Lawson third, Atkins fourth. Check that, they may actually be Akins. Whatever pronunciation is. Warm-ups set to go down here. Oshweekend Speedway warm-up time. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, where warm-ups continue. As things stand here, it's Ross Coretta, but he's in 12:18. And I mean, he is right now kicking everyone's butt in warm-ups right now. And nobody is catching him as the second quickest driver is Neubauer in 12:33.
Yeah, I mean, he's in his own area code right now. We'll have to see if, like I said the last race, it's not always good to be fast at the beginning, and we kind of saw that with Anthony Morano running down your winner there. But well, hopefully it translates to the feature, and he's not running his quickest right now.
Yeah. Hey, while you're at it, let us know who you're rooting for, by the way, in the chat. Hello to our boy Butters, Jason Butterfield. Met up with him at the Syracuse Motorsports Expo. Him and his son, as they're rooting for Venom. Brent loves that we're back racing. Yeah, that's for sure. And, oh yeah, we got to say hello to Megan, too. Megan's watching. Hello, Megan.
Oh, yes?
And hello, buddy.
The Megan I know?
Well. Yes, the Megan you know.
The Megan I know? Okay, that's good. Hi,
yes.
Megan.
So.
Don't watch this race. You're going to not like me.
Alrighty, it's feature time. Let's meet the field. Give you your RS and trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Tally Ulibarri in the number 19. Next to him, it's Ross the Boss Carina in the 10. Row 2, Zach Neubauer in car number 52, and Brian Dickens in the 122. Row 3, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83, and Trent Verstraeten in the 88. Row 4, Steven Stewart in the 47, and Jeff Kemper in the 181. Rounding out the top 10, Brian Lawson in the 9, and the Flying Fry, Kevin Fry in the 21. Row number 6, J.J. O'Dowd in the number 13, and Sean Akins in the 332. Row 7, Zane Walters in the 317, and Joder Canellis in the 1. Row 8, Brady Floyd in the 53, and Dean Reynolds in the 79. The rest of the field looked like this. Row 9, Roger Craig and Bryce O'Dell. Row 10, Gary Offut and Preston Cranmer. Row 11, Bob Curtis and Neil Strausser. And starting 23rd is Greg Parmalee. No Neil Strausser on the grid, so 22 drivers will take the green. Dean, best of luck, and if you're headed out after the feature, thanks for joining us in the broadcast. He can't hear us. He already deafened himself. Zach, who's your pick to win?
You're nice giving me first picks all night because I feel like this is almost an easy pick after we looked at that warm-up chart. I got to pick Ross, right? Front row, almost half a second faster. Got to go with Ross tonight.
I'm the broadcaster. You're the guest. The guests always pick first, so.
Green, green, green.
Give me Tally Ulibarri as it's time to get it on. Start tonight brought to you by Lucy Olsen. Off for 4, Ulibarri leads the opening circuit. Lorena tries to fight back on the outer line. Battle of the heat winners. Far wide in turn number 2. Oh boy, this could get ugly. Somehow it didn't, but it got ugly behind them. Roger Craig went around insane with Zane Walters, and we're hearing maybe even Preston Cranmer. Can you believe it, Zach? They went 4 wide.
Yeah, at this little track, it's kind of unbelievable. We don't even like going 4 wide at Eldora, Marty, let alone over here. But it's going to happen. When you're bunched up on the start, you got to go get spots while you can.
Replay on what happened. Watch Craig. He's got up and into Dean Reynolds. Luckily, Dean was able to save it. See Walters and Cranmer would know where to go. Let's ride on board with the Bass Man.
Leader's going to choose the bottom here, Marty.
Set to go to green, our first double file restart of the night. And yes, Tally Ulibarri chooses the bottom. Trent Verstraeten restarts 4th. Brian Dickens 3rd. Zach Neubauer rounds out the top 5. Mission 22 restart. Here we go. Nearly 4 wide once again for second, and it's Ross Carina looking for the lead. Top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. The boss of the point, maybe not. He got it at the line as sideways was Akins, the 332. Everybody saving it for now behind them, Zach.
Yeah, Ross is really rolling on that top. He was able to clear him, and no looking back now. As long as he doesn't make a mistake, Trent's going to have to figure out another way around him because Ross is right up against that wall.
3/10 to the second round. Coronado again
Trent's
for
in the
straight
wall.
the wall. Did that a lot back in his heat race. That's something you can't be doing one bit. Now he's got to try and get back into shape and get back into proper form. Ryan Dickens currently running up the top 3, low for second. Now we go back to yellow. Greg Parmalee and Roger Craig have both crashed. See Craig in the pits. Use a quick repair really quickly and get back out on the racetrack. Here's Rebel racing for position. They were 4 wide once again. Call me surprised. Parmalee and Craig, they just simply get together and around both of them go. Back on board with the Bassman. So back to live coverage and back to 1 to green. Corinna selects the outside for straightened down to the bottom. Gonna watch this restart from an aerial shot. Brian Dickens, Brandon Dittmer, Steven Stewart, Kevin Fry amongst the front of the field as we come back to the green flag.
Green, green, green.
Corinna catches everybody sleeping. Still 3 wide off for 2, and it's Trent Verstraeten that has the runner-up spot still. Dickens in the middle, Dittmer on the bottom. Behind that, Steven Stewart in fifth. Stewart now may look for a run in the Spider Monkey. Still hasn't cleared. A lot of wheel spin again from Dittmer, but making the low line still work. He's in third, but pops a Tory tire while looking for second, Zach.
Yeah, he's become quite the bottom feeder. We don't broadcast the Week 13 races, but in the new micro sprints, Dittmer has been one of the top guys to beat night in and night out, and he has been feeding the bottom exactly like that. He's learned something in these past couple weeks, Marty.
Labari again started from low. He's now down to the 5th position. Trent Verstraeten started 6th. He's up to 2nd. Your biggest mover of the race, though? Dean Reynolds up 8 spots into the 8th position. Good charge from him, looking for 7th on the flying fry. Lead of 11 laps so far. Now Dean again moves up to 7th.
I think Dean finally found that setup. What was it, try number 7, Marty?
I think it was try number 7. Dickens trying to attack Verstraeten, meanwhile, for the 2nd spot. She pull up the 5-lap average. And right now, this is Corinna's race to lose. But the 2nd quickest car may be Dean Reynolds at the moment.
He gets a caution. He might be fighting for the podium tonight, Marty.
Here comes Dickens again on Verstraeten for P2. Nothing there. Let's go mid-pack. Neubauer started 3rd. Tough night for him, down to 9th. Racing the rookie and J.J. Odell. Rounded out the top 10. Believe it's the top 5 still that move up, correct?
Yes, sir.
Finally, that final spot belongs to Steven Stewart, fighting Ayao, and he's looking for 4th on Brandon Dittmer. Stewart's got a good run off for, oh, big white car on the walls for Verstraeten. Verstraeten got the wall, and he lost a bunch of spots, and he's lost steering in the Super Dirt Car Series ride. Verstraeten is out of it, but a big wreck. Reynolds and Fry right in front of Verstraeten. He has to tow it. What on earth just happening in goodness's green name?
Yeah, we have a lot to recap on that lap, Marty.
May not even be able to show you an onboard here. That's how much happened. See here, Verstraeten rides the wall off for 2, and I think that 2nd impact took out the steering. Right there. And then we watch Dino. Is able to clear you, Labari. Oh, yeah, he caught Fry, and then Dean just had nowhere to go. That's a tough break.
Yeah, it really is, because, I mean, Ulibarri did almost exactly what you're supposed to do. Lift out and crack back in the throttle and go under the slider. He just didn't know there were 2 cars down there.
Real quick on board with Dean. So there's the slide job on Ulibarri, and then right there. Just didn't see that one coming. So Reynolds with a quick repair, having to start in the back. Now it's single file restarts the rest of the way, as we've already had 3 double file restarts. Corinna brings us back to green. 12 laps remaining. A later restart. Everyone stacks up. Dickens now has company for second with Brandon Dittmer underneath.
Yeah, Ross went late, made everybody else kind of bunch up. It ended up working out for him. Might hurt Brian or Dickens here.
Dittmer did not take second there at the stripe. Dickens had the slight advantage. Spider Monkey trying everything in his power to grab second for the 122. 10 laps remain, meanwhile, at Limaland. It's another good racing on track. Zach Neubauer in that 52. Still in 6th position. Now your biggest mover is Gary Offut. Up 11 spots, 12 spots if he gets 7th, past J.J. Odell. That he does. The 94 is coming in late here.
Yeah, he's cruising up top, Marty. He's getting big runs here on Neubauer, too. We'll have to see if he can get behind.
Meanwhile, Steven Stewart has found the high side to his advantage finally. Makes his way up to 3rd, 7 laps to go. Traffic is ahead, too, for the leader. A lot of traffic ahead.
That bottom lane must be gone now, Marty, because even Dittmer went up top. He gave up on the bottom finally.
And right now, Ross Corinna is not the fastest driver on the track. Dickens and Stewart are both closing in quietly. First car Corinna has to deal with is the 62 of Bryce Odell. Lap cars go low, him and Bob Curtis. Leader goes high, 4 laps remaining.
Yeah, I think if Ross can clear these 3.
Oh, wait, car is crashed. Zane Walters, no caution. Same with Jeff Kemper. Now the caution comes out. Not what you wanted if you're Steven Stewart, because he had second cleared from Brian Dickens.
Yeah, and that's definitely not what you wanted if you're Ross out there leading. He finally was going to get by those 2 lap cars and have 2 people in between him and 2nd and 3rd there, and that caution just came out and hopefully didn't ruin his victory party.
Kemper got loose. Walters saved it once, then twice, and then Kemper steering locked up on him. On board the 181. Lost it from turn 2, a lot like Verstraeten, and was even, I think he maybe even broke an axle at the same time. One to green, no lap traffic, just the yellow if you're Brian Dickens, not the yellow if you're Ross Corinna. Can the boss hang on and take win 1 of the season? See if he goes late this time again. Again goes late, but Dickens reads it well. 3-lap shootout is on. Dickens immediately looks low on Corinna for the lead. Nothing works there. This high side with 2 to go. Dickens has to be right there on the cushion. Still a different line for the 122. White flag is out, 1 lap to go. It's Ross Corinna in the Velocity Race Design, Phantom Motorsports number 10. Downgraded the Rebels for the season, but up for turn 4. The boss going to victory lane in the Rebels. Dickens 2nd, Stewart 3rd, Dittmer 4th, Neubauer 5th. Gary Offut goes from 19th to 7th.
Two for 2, Marty.
You are. See if you could get the Triple Crown.
I'll give you a big hint. I won't be picking myself.
I'll have to ask you for your pick during warm-up. So, top 3 posing for a podium. Corinna the winner, Dickens second, Stewart third, Dittmer fourth, Neubauer fifth, sixth belonged to Ulibarri, off at 7th, 8th Odell, 9th Lawson, and 10th Preston Cranmer. Here's a look at 11 through 20. 15 drivers finishing on the lead lap. There's some of the other drivers that did not finish the race. Kemper, Verstraeten, Parmalee, and Strauss are all DNFing tonight. And with that, we're going to begin with Steven Stewart in the 47, who has looked impressive not just today, but also in these past few seasons. Steven, a great third-place finish. Walk us through it. Don't know what that soundboard effect was, but walk us through it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was hard.
Thinking it
Was that
wasn't
Kenny Powers?
17 rated.
Yeah, I should have shut it off. I completely forgot. No, I started out 7th, and I didn't really even have a setup for this race. I kind of built it on the fly, and we all started just turning laps. I felt comfortable with it, and as we went, I think right after that first caution, one of our spotters told us that the top was coming in, and I moved up quick, and I let Talon get up in front of me, and we tried to hook up and take off, but I don't know, got lucky with a couple of those restarts and was able to start up top and moved up. It was a good race tonight. Everyone was clean.
If that
Just
caution
fun
came out later, once you had crossed the line, being Dickens for second, or even if the caution didn't come out at all, did you think you had something for Corinna tonight?
I don't know. I didn't know who he was until Talon told me that I think he came down from Renegades. So that was kind of like the psychological warfare with myself. But really, I would have tried. But as many times as I've been tangled up with like a late race, try to attempt at the pass and end up taking someone out, I probably would have just settled in for the second. So I don't know. I feel like I could have made the pass on him, but I don't know. He was cooking.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
Just give a shout out to Talon and the boys with Docs Racing. Just family letting me do this, and that's really it. I don't really have any big operation going on. Just me.
Well, we'll let you go. Great job. Congratulations, and best of luck in Renegades.
Thanks, man.
Steven Stewart along with the barking dog, finishing third here tonight.
It sounded cute.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. Brian Dickens, meanwhile, finishing second. Brian, tough break, man, at the end. What more did you need for Ross?
No slickness on the bottom of the racetrack, so I could get a run.
Do you feel like did you feel like pretty much it was a tough time for you on the top as a whole?
No, I just saw so many mistakes happening up there, and I just felt like I could get a really good run. I just couldn't. When I got to somebody, I couldn't widen it out enough to keep the wheels straight and keep some forward drive.
What positives do you take away from this run tonight?
Just getting seat time on this new car. It just drives so freaking different. It's insane. But anyway, just some seat time and a decent run.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Oh, got to thank my guys at Hammer Down Racing, Joe, Kurt, BT, M9 for the setups, C2C for putting this on. Had a blast, and of course, Marty, thanks for doing the broadcast, man.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate
Marty,
it.
I got one question. Brian, where are you from?
I'm from North Carolina.
Okay, because you don't sound like you're from Brooklyn.
You got that right, brother.
I had to. I know. But that's the beauty of Coast to Coast. We got guys from all over the place. Good run, Brian, man. That was funny.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, man.
All right, let's go to your winner in Extreme E-Speed TV Victory Lane. The boss, Ross Corinna, getting it done here tonight. Ross, what a win. Has to feel good, especially with that late race caution coming out and not having to deal with the lap traffic.
Yeah, I felt, honestly, I didn't think the lap traffic was going to be too big of a problem. It seemed seemed like they knew when we were coming. So I don't know if they just wanted to get out of the way or what. But it seemed like every time I caught somebody, they kind of went down to the bottom, gave me a clean track. So hats off to them for allowing that. But yeah, I mean, I think that you never want to see the yellow, but I guess it is what it is. I'll take the win as it is.
How about this hot rod that you had in the high side tonight? You won the matinee from what I was told earlier today.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, you won the matinee from earlier today. How much did that go into practicing for tonight?
I mean, obviously, I figured this race would be more on the top. Matinee didn't get this slick, but I still tried to keep the car on the cushion during the matinee race just to get the practice. You know, and anytime you can get laps, it obviously helps. So, the car felt good. It basically drove itself. I just had to make sure I didn't get it on the wall there. And I think I might have bumped it once or twice, but for the most part, kept the car clean and just stayed out of my own way, I guess.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
I'd like to thank the Phantom Motorsports guys, the Vanderbilt guys, M9 Performance for the setups, Velocity Race Design, you guys for putting on the broadcast, and then everybody behind the scenes at Coast to Coast making this thing run.
Marty, I got a couple business questions for Russ.
Go for it.
A, what do you think of Cousins going to Atlanta?
Well, obviously we need a quarterback, but
that's
what do you do? I guess, right?
That's Kyle Moonen money that he went for. Holy cow!
Right?
And then can you match that color for that paint I requested?
Yes, I looked at that. And I forgot to reply back to you. I don't see why that should be a problem.
Okay, cool. No, told you, Marty, we had to do a little business there. But Ross is sending me Minnesota Viking, Facebook messages. He goes to the training facilities and everything else. He's got to run at a place, so I'm interested.
Yeah.
Nice. So, all righty, guys.
Good run, brother.
Ross, we'll let you go. Great job.
Thank you.
All righty. That is gonna give us another break. We'll step aside here. Extended break once again as the Renegades are coming up next. Stay with us at the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Tonight we talked about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Gets on the champion, trying to be a bit of a hiatus. So let's get.
Tonight we talked about it.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
I'll mute myself when
we are back here, and yes, you just heard our man Kevin Fry making a surprise appearance here. We're getting set to go for Renegade action. Renegades are brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing, and we'll bring you all back to the booth once again. He's Zach Chapman. I'm Marty Sakala. Zach, what a start to the night we've had so far. Incredible racing for what we've had. Oh, hang on. Real quick. Let's get this updated. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, like I was saying, it was a great race in the first feature. I think we just had one caution, then treated to amazing heat races in the Rebels event, and then an even better feature. And I expect even better from these guys. We got guys like Blake Chapman. I think I don't see Steven Goldner in here. I was going to say guys like Steven Goldner, but he isn't in here yet. So looks like somebody else is going to have to take that bandy torch tonight. But we're going to get treated to a great race here, Marty.
We'll see if he shows up. We've got a heck of a car count. Meanwhile, 26 drivers, or 25 drivers, I should say, are with us tonight. That is awesome to see.
Oh, man, you mean I got to race my way in? That just made the anxiety level go up. This setup, I'm not very confident right now, and boy, my hands are sweating now that you said that, Marty.
We will see what goes down for sure. So, take a look at some other times. Take a look at the times here at the moment. Pull everything up here on your screen. The Professor John Hine is the quickest. Zach was not lying. He's got to go down to the gambler chat temporarily and try and get some advice.
I've got it, Marty. It's all driver. That proves it to you right there. That shows what kind of driver John is and what kind of driver I am.
Well, we will see what goes down for sure. Race is starting in about 10 minutes. I believe they are doing the driver's meeting as things stand. Actually, one driver. Oh, that's you. That's you that's out on track. Right on board with you. Why not?
Yeah, I think I'm fighting a little gear. I over rev. Don't have the throttle control that my teammate has, so I'm gonna have to change gears here, I believe.
Well, 12th quick right now. That's not bad, but yeah, always room for improvement, that's for sure. Jack Clevenger also on track. He's in car 78. 11:27. High side, that was the place to be when Corinna took the win. And finally, here's a man that has the, I believe, what is that, the Zaipe family on? That is the high side banger, Patrick Spangler. His championship reign came to an end officially last week. Stephen Goldner took home the championship in a dominant season, that's for sure. Spangler 4th quickest on the charts. 11:15. See if anybody else is on track. There's a look at the Brewerton Beats. Jeff Barker 11:2. So I believe we don't have anybody else on track as things stand. We are double checking. And yeah, that is the case. So why don't we do this? Let's take one. Oh,
going to qualifying, Marty.
Going to qualifying. All right. Gonna get right into it. Hello to Stephen Goldner watching. He said earlier tonight, Ross the Boss is looking good tonight. And hello to Orange Ghost checking in, rooting for Goon. I don't know who that is. Also hello to Twisted Gaming, rooting for Brian Dickens out there this evening. That was earlier on tonight. All right, let's get to the first driver out on the racetrack. You know what? We're going to watch the professor. Let's give you John Hine here on lap 1 in the Extreme E-Speed Team Ray Gambler Motorsports number 71. Number 1 time here for John Hine. His 3rd quick, Keith Jackson, the quickest in the 113. At a 12.3, Brandon Dittmer 2nd at a 12.39. Does anybody pop up in the purple? Bobby Good 3rd quick. Brandon Dittmer goes quick time. 12.26 for the Spider Monkey out of the Rebels. Keith Jackson 2nd. Jeff Barker 3rd on lap 1. How about that lap? A 12.34 for the Brewerton Beats. A man you normally don't see near the front in qualifying. 2nd lap time. This is going to be close. Off the mark at a 12.63. A bad 2nd sector. Randy Shreves is currently 6th quick. Jesse Bandy 5th. Blake Chapman 4th. Ross Corinna 2nd quick. Here comes Shreves off at turn 4. This could be a better lap. We'll see. 3rd quick at a 12.29. Ross Corinna off at turn number 4. Slower on lap number 2 at a 12.40. Zach Neubauer 22nd on lap 1 at a 12.58. Better lap for Neubauer. We'll have to see. It is by about a couple thousandths, 12.581. Breadway did not get a lap time in. I believe he touched the wall, if not spun, on each of his 2 laps. And Kurt Schatzer will not qualify in time, so we'll start for the back of his heat. But it's Brandon Dittmer, the quickest, at a 12.26, followed by Ross Corinna, also with a 12.26. And we are ready for heat race number 1, brought to you by Flatline Racing Bodies. Here's the starting lineup. It's the captain, Gary Taylor, on pole position. Next to him, it's Bob DeGood in car number 7. Row 2, the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. Next to the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in car 83. Row 3, Gentleman Jack Hitt, the Rebels champ of the 217. Next to the Desert Demon, Terry Landis in the 161. Rounding out the field, it's Brad Waite in car number 814. 8 laps the distance for Heat 1. The top 4 transfer. Everyone else goes down to the last chance showdown as we have a B main this evening. Keep that in mind, Zach.
Yeah, I think Jeff Barker wins this and starts tonight on the feature. He loves the bottom feed, and I look for Jeff to be really strong here.
Barker would be an interesting underdog here tonight. One to green. Again, let us know who you're rooting for in the chat. We'll give you a shout out live on the air. Again, winner starts on pole tonight for the 35-lap feature. Green flag is out. Gary Taylor immediately clears while you off in turn 2. Brandon Dittmer tries to go top shelf to good touches with Barker. No yaw on the 7, nearly 4 wide off in turn 4. It's Taylor that leads lap 1, but here comes the Spider Monkey. Brandon Dittmer, he's flying, Zach.
Yeah, Brandon was able to get back to the bottom. No surprise that he got the pole. No surprise that he's quick. He showed he was fast on the bottom. We'll see if it sticks there all night.
Oh, they got Gary Taylor sideways. Saves and thinks he's touching with Jeff Barker. That puts Jack Head to the advantage to move into second. That fight off to turn 2. Dittmer again loves the low line. But will it come in during the feature? It did not during the Rebels, though, Zach.
No, that was the thing. He had it there for a little bit. Those first couple laps, he worked his way up to almost second, but then the bottom disappeared on him. But if he can start out front and control the pace, he might be a tough man to beat.
Final transfer spot currently Bob to go to 1.2 second advantage on Bradway. But man, Barker and Head, they have been wing to wing for like 2 laps, and now Barker finally clears, and he's got to run. Tries to go upstairs for the race lead. Dittmer, though, better exit off turn 2. It seems to me here, Zach, Barker's better in 3 and 4. Dittmer 1 and 2, 1 to go.
I told you Barker was going to be tough, but he got moved off the bottom. Brandon was able to get there, but here he comes.
Got one last shot in 3 and 4. Dittmer slams the door. Barker tries to counter. The Spider Monkey's on pole tonight. What a finish.
Man, treated to another great heat. Hopefully that's the start of more to come here, Marty.
Every heat race pretty much has been phenomenal tonight. Heat 2 brought to you by Full Throttle Motorsports. On the pole, Jack Clevenger in car number 78. Next to him, it's Shorty, John Short in the 51. Row 2, Kyle Sargent in the 91. Next to him, it's the boss, Ross Carina in the 10. Rounding out the field, Steven Stewart in car 47. And Zach Neubauer in the number 52. Who are you watching out for closely here for this heat?
Man, this is a tough one to call. Ross dominated that last feature for most of it until the end, you know, when the caution came and the track started to change. So it's definitely going to be tough to beat. But I think Jack Clevenger, I think he's the man in this one. I think he's going to win this.
We'll have to see what happens. 1 to green again, top 4 transfer. Winner starts outside of the front row. Ready for the green.
Green, green, green.
Clevenger immediately clears Short and Sargent off of 2. One is on the second. Sargent got a little bit squirrely off the second corner. Here comes the boss to move up to 31 E2 in the Rebels. Looking to do it again, the Renegades. But here comes Short, looking for the lead on Clevenger down the back.
Yeah, Short's already able to carry a lot of momentum, and there you see Jack. He goes through the slick on the exit of 4, and that's where he's losing a lot of time. If he wants to run the bottom, he needs to go a lot lower as he enters the country.
Right on scrape the wall in turn number 2, but does not hinder his progress. Half the car lane between him and the 78, and now Shorty looks to run away. Sargent, meanwhile, sends it in, nearly gets aimed into Corinna, and now the 10 sends it into turn 3 with a slider.
Yeah, it's like Ross could sense the pressure from behind. He knows he had to go, and there's another one. He's looking to cross it over, though, Marty.
Clevenger got a little bit too sideways. It allows Corinna to take the second spot back easily. Now what can Clevenger do? We're in slide job sitting right now at Limaland. This time Clevenger doesn't throw a slider though, very risky. Oh, Corinna got turned off the bumper of Sargent. And right next to the light pole, Ross Corinna will have to make a last to first charge tonight. Unless he does not make the show, Corinna will have to race the B main. Now it comes down to Stewart and Neubauer, separated by 1.3 seconds, but we're on the white flag here for John Shortjack.
Yeah, looking like Shorty's got it easy as long as he doesn't get in the wall, and he's clear coming out of 4, and he's going to win your heat race number 2.
Clevenger second, Sargent third, Stewart fourth, Neubauer fifth, Ross Corinna DNFs in sixth. That I did not see coming.
No, it's a tough break. He was easily in a transfer spot, and I'm sure he would have been happy with third. He definitely didn't expect that.
Now we go to Heat 3, brought to you by Glenridge Motorsports Park. On the pole, it's Shaggy, Zach Chapman in the 72, and the Professor, John Hine, in the 71. Row 2, it's the Salesman, Blake Chapman in the 20, and Randy Shreves in the 56. Row 3, Barry Goldner in the 36, and Devil Donovan Ross in car number 5. Alrighty, Zach. Best of luck to you in this one.
Yeah, look at the names in this, man. I'm going to need it to even transfer.
A stacked heat indeed. Put you on mute for right now. We'll unmute you once this wraps up. One lap to the green flag. Again, top 4 transfer. Winner starts inside of row 2, our third of 4 heats tonight.
Green
Gambler
flag,
front
green
row
flag.
as the green flag is out. 3 wide, really for second as Chapman clears right now. Hanging on to the bottom, the Professor meanwhile on the top shelf looking to lead lap number 1, but Chapman has the opening circuit at the line. Randy Shreves tries to thread the needle, but he cannot. Still wing to wing off the turn 2 between the Gambler teammates. Oh, Chapman hits a touring tire, hanging on for dear life. He goes back to third. Now it's Shreves and Hine for the race lead. 56 off to a good start as well. Still 3 wide. Chapman goes around. Contact with Blake Chapman. Barry Goldner's also involved. And we pretty much have your top 4. Blake Chapman, Donovan Ross, Randy Shreves, and John Hine will all make the show. Unfortunately, Zach Chapman involved in the wreck. Now we've got 3 laps to go in this heat, but let's take a look and show you what happened. And Zach racing for position. Just came up in the 56 barely. Man, Blake Chapman had all 4 wheels off the ground and somehow is driving that puppy. I don't know how. And he is up to third. Meanwhile, race for the win. We're coming to, I believe, the white flag. 1 to go between Hine and Shreves. That time the Professor had Shreves cleared. Let's see what happens down the back chute. Shreves looking for the bike, but he got a little bit too sideways. That allows the Professor to pull away and take the win in heat race number 3. Shreves second, Chapman third, Ross fourth, Goldner fifth, Chapman 6th. That's a tough break there, Zach.
Tough break for sure, but nobody to blame but this guy. I didn't realize Randy was kind of running that top middle. I thought he was up behind John. Didn't realize he had just tried to pass, and I floated up a little bit. Thought I was room. That's sometimes the problem with having a single monitor, but it's my medicine. Time to take it.
One more heat race to go, and that's brought to you by Catalytic Recovery. On the pole, it's the Pink Panther, Jesse Atkinson in the 127. Next to him, it's the Macho Man, Tyler Wilson in car 42. Row 2, it's the Bandy Built Master, Jesse Bandy in the 49, and Keith Jackson in the 113. Rounding out the grid, the high side banger, Patrick Spangler, and Kurt Schatzer in the 218. Winner starts outside of row number 2. Zach, what do you expect for this one? Who are you watching out for?
Well, they don't have to watch out for me because I'm not in this race. Thank God for them. They all can finish. But, you know, right now it's definitely just slick. It's all about throttle control. And, you know, you got to, as much as you're supposed to run your own race, you really do got to focus on the guy in front of you because it's real easy to mess up. And if the guy in front of you messes up, you don't want to get caught up in their mistakes. So, really got to keep your eyes open.
Steve King, Foundation Pace Truck on pit road.
Green, green, green.
Here we go. Jesse Atkinson leads the field. Tyler Wilson up to second. It's Bandy and Jackson Duke at it for the third position. Off at 4, Atkinson leads lap number 1. Bandy in that final transfer spot with company from Schatzer and Jackson. Here's Zach. Jackson to 4th.
Yeah, this is an impressive heat. You could take any of those top 4, put them in the top 4 in the future. You wouldn't be surprised. Jesse's making the bottom work too.
Look out! Oh! Schatzer touched wheels with, I believe, Jackson. I don't know how bad the damage is on the 218. He's down to last. Patrick Spangler in 5th. We've got a race for the lead between Wilson and Atkinson. Until now, the Macho Man trying to run away with that.
Yeah, Wilson has been blinking a little bit too, so hopefully he can get that figured out before the feature. Not so much a big deal in the heat when he has a big lead, but coming down to the feature, he's going to need to get that fixed up.
Bandy and Spangler separated by 4/10 of a second. Here comes Jackson on Atkinson for the 2 spots. 3 to go in heat 4. Spangler trying everything he can, has to take it downstairs in the final spot because Bandy has the top side covered. This would be crazy to see Patrick Spangler running in a B main and not even crashing. Schatzer underneath for 5th. A lot of drivers having a tough time adapting to the new dirt updates.
Patrick better make it in this heat because that's one more guy I can't beat in the B main, Marty.
Oh, Jackson, bad exit. Spangler won't be able to get 4. Tyler Wilson takes the checkers and wins heat 4. Atkinson, Bandy, and Jackson transfer into the show, setting up a dramatic last chance showdown where we are taking 8 drivers in. Our B main brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. On the pole, Brad Waite in the 814, and it's Zach Neubauer next to him in the 52. Row 2, it's Shaggy Zach Chapman in the 72, and the high side banger, Patrick Spangler in the 39. Row 3, the captain, Gary Taylor in the 34, and Ross the Boss Corina in the 10. Row 4, Barry Goldner in the 36, and Kurt Schatzer in the 218. Rounding out the field, starting 9th, that's the Desert Demon, Terry Landis in the 161. This is a huge B main with some notable names. Waite, Zach Chapman, Spangler, Corina, Schatzer. Oh my goodness. Zach, good luck, man.
Oh, once again, Marty, really going to need it. I know only one guy goes home, but, you know, every guy in this is just as good as I am. So this is we're all going to have to fight for this.
Put Zach on mute here for right now. If you're the first one to crash, you are likely done for the night. You'll be the first one to head to the bar amongst the Renegade drivers. Green. Gonna be a wild and a dandy B-man here. Green flag is out. How bad do you want it? Waite sets the pace early. Chapman Bauer do get it for the second position. Final transfer spot currently belongs to Barry Golder. Terry Landis trying to take it away from him as everyone's jostling up in front of him. Barry Golder a little bit sideways. Here comes the Desert Demon. Looking for that final transfer spot, trying to get the high side to come in. Landis has 8th of the line. Barry Taylor not too far behind. He is currently on the bubble. Golder tries to send it in. Landis still has it. Everyone trying to pull away, but it's still 2 by 2 up in front. You guys might have maybe say, you know what, let's just play it patient because the guys in front are going at it big time. Spangler takes the lead, 3 wide for second. Corinna coming from the bottom of the barrel to take it to the runner-up spot. For a 10-lap B main, a lot of time to go. 5 up and 5 down. Terry Landis still with a final transfer spot by a car length and a half on Barry Golder. Bauer and wait for that 3rd position. Think a little bit, everybody's still a little bit more relaxed now. Hang on, Gary Taylor starts up too. Brad Waite's off the pace. Waite's off the pace. I don't know what happened. Brad Waite may have had a tire go down or something. Brad Waite will not race in the feature tonight. That is insane. Let's listen on board what happened. Oh, dead center on a Tory tire. Hurt the suspension. And done for the night. Meanwhile, let's focus on who gets the B main win and starts 17th. Spangler or Corinna. Let's see what happens. Corinna make a move, decides not to, doesn't want to risk it, but he knows he's in the show. Spangler takes the win, the B main. Oh, he ran out of gas! He ran out of gas! What the heck just happened? Ross Corinna steals one. Spangler did not have enough fuel to win it, but finishes in second though. And we're going to stop aside and take a break out, catch our breaths. Stay with us at the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Welcome back to the Coast Racing Network. As we continue on here with our warm-ups. Donovan Ross currently your leader. We're watching Donovan Ross right now. It's John Short that is the quickest at a 12.547. Hugh Jackson just 8,000 behind Mark. That's a big one off of 4. So we're getting set to go here, Zach. How is the track feeling right now?
Track feels real good. It's very loose. It's a lot of throttle control. There's kind of a lane in the middle. You don't get the exit speed, but you can drive in a little harder than you can up top, which normally isn't the case, but there's not much of a cushion up against the wall right now. So you're going to see a couple different lines, and it's going to be an interesting race.
All righty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for choosing to spend your Monday night with us. Let's meet the field of 24 ready to take the green flag for 35 laps here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Here's the RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Next to him is John Short in the 51. Row 2, the Professor, John Hine in the 71. And the Macho Man, Tyler Wilson in the 42. Row 3, it's the Bird to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. And Jack Clevenger in the 78. Row 4, Randy Shreves in the 56. And the Pink Panther, Jesse Atkinson in the 127. Rounding out the top 10, Gentleman Jack Hitt in the 217. And Kyle Sargent in the 91. Row 6, the Salesman, Blake Chapman in the 20, and the Vanderbilt Master, Jesse Bandy in the 49. Row 7, Bob DeGood in the 7, and Steven Stewart in the 47. Row 8, it's Steve-O, Donovan Ross, the 5, and Keith Jackson in the 113. Rest of the field look like this. Ross Corinna, Patrick Spangler, row 9, Zach Neubauer, Zach Chapman, row 10, Kurt Schatzer, Terry Landis, row 11, Gary Taylor, Barry Goldner, row 12. All right, we're getting set to go. Zach, before we go racing, who's your pick to win?
All right, let me look over. I know it's a long way, but Blake can run the bottom. I'm going to pick somebody outside of the top 10. I'm picking Blake Chapman.
1 to green. I'm going to go maybe John Hine. He hasn't won in a while. See him cook tonight, so good luck. Good luck, Zach.
Yeah, appreciate it, Marty. If I get wrecked out, I'm always happy to come back.
All right. Ready for the Lucy Olsen start. Field makes their way off for 4. Where else would you rather be than right here, right
Green
now?
flag, green
Showtime
flag.
for the season opener at Limaland. Start tonight. Brought to you by Lucy Olsen. Field making their way off at corner number 4. Brandon Dittmer leads the opening circuit. John Short back in second. Tyler Wilson, John Hine race for third. And in fifth is the Bird to Beast, Jeff Barker. Short looking for the lead. Longer way around. No cushion at the moment. And Limaland as Short leads lap number 2. Wilson, meanwhile, closing in on the high side. High, wide, and handsome for the runner-up spot. Same line, Spangler is running the pass. Meanwhile, it's 3 wide for the 4th position. Clevenger in the middle, 4 wide again in turn 2. This time there is no contact. It's run down to 3 wide. High in the middle, Clevenger up top. Barker on the baby bottom. Look at this entire pack. 4 wide once again. Randy Shreves is showing his nose downstairs, but nothing coming out of it. Top 3 all single file. Dittmer trying to get the 2nd spot back. This is unbelievable stuff we are witnessing. Look at this from the aerial shot once more. 4 wide once more, baby? No. Here comes Jesse Atkinson, the 127. He's right behind Clevenger. Trying to give him a little bit of a draft or something. Drivers backing out, into throttle. Been like Daytona, Talladega, 3 abreast. Trouble, Zach Neubauer, Gary Taylor. We stay green for now. That's a heavy emphasis on it now because this right now, folks, is the danger zone of what we are witnessing. 3 abreast, off for 4. At some points they're going 4 wide. I don't know what's going on, but this is madness. Atkinson in the wall, nearly 4 wide once again. Barker in 4th, Clevenger 5th, trying to run away from this situation. This is a huge hornet's nest going into turn 1. And we see a slight form of contact. Likely it's the end of that path. It could lead to the big one. Look at Donovan Ross, the 5. Up 9 spots, using the low side, getting past this entire pack. 4 wide, maybe even 5 wide at times. Oh my goodness, how they are still going like this is incredible. One driver below the track with Keith Jackson, and now we got drivers hooked. That was Rawson hit, everybody backs down and hanging on for dear life. Once again, Atkinson with very little room. He's in like a cheap hallway right now. Atkinson's in 7th. Patrick Spangler falling back spots. Coretta and Blake Chapman touch. Spangler, how does he make the high side work? But he's in the wall pretty good. I don't know what in the world to watch right now except for this pack because this is insane. Coretta bounces off the wall. Sargent nearly hit Spangler. Yikes! Man, Atkinson nearly got Coretta. Oh boy, he comes down in front of Hent. Coretta is on one heck of a charge, ladies and gentlemen. Started 17th and is in 10th. Let's go forward towards the field. John Hine, Keith Jackson for 7th. The 113 started in 16th position. Meanwhile, we are past the halfway mark. John Short still out in front with a 1 second lead on Tyler Wilson. He is starting to approach lap traffic in Gary Taylor and Zach Neubauer. Meanwhile, back here to the danger zone, this huge hornet's nest, but we have a good race for third. A 4-car race for the bottom step of the podium. Dittmer, Clevenger, Barker, and Shreves, and how about the Bruton Beast? Now, you very rarely see him near the front, and he is having his, in my opinion, his best performance of the day. In the Renegade, started 5th, currently running in 5th. Randy Shreves trying to go around the outside and take that 5th spot from Jeff Barker. Meanwhile, John Short's lead is getting chowed down. Trouble! Atkinson and Sargent. First caution flag is out, and just as Short's lead was starting to get trimmed down by Tyler Wilson, we see our first yellow with over 10 laps to go. What a start so far to this one, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable stuff. Let's see what happens. Sargent getting extremely sideways. Atkinson gets into the back of head. Sargent comes up and they hook. And a hard crash for both. He's right on board with Sargent. Look how sideways he is. Nothing he can do. So we will have a double file restart too. Let's just keep that in mind. Likely could be our final double file restart. Who knows? It's under 10 laps to go. Everything goes single. Gonna watch this restart for the aerial shot. John Short, the control car. Ready to fire first. Back to green.
Green flag, green flag.
And a great jump over Tyler Wilson with a macho man looking low. And Brandon Dittmer's looking lower. Just about 3 wide for a split second. Here comes Jack Clevenger looking to get on the podium in the 78. Still a huge pack off of turn 2. Short and Wilson run away with the one on the wall pretty good. That was Coretta. It's Sargent hanging on. Could have some steering damage. A tough break from Coretta, who was inside the top 10 at one point. It's now down to 15th. 4 wide once again off of 2. 10 laps to go. We haven't even shown you yet the 5-lap average. And the better man right now is Short, followed by Wilson, and then it's Randy Shreves at 56. 9 to go. Around the outside as Keith Jackson has to back out of it. Case Wilson was going to make contact. Jackson started in 16th. He's trying to go 2 for 1. Meanwhile, I think Dittmer got a little bit sideways for a moment. Still trying to run the bottom. Flipped the touring tire and is now down to 5th. 7 to go, excuse me. Tyler Wilson trying everything to attack John Short in the 51. It's been a while since we've seen that machine in victory lane. A couple seasons ago, he had a dominant run where he had the most wins in a season. It was one of the seasons back in, I believe, 2022, but did not win the championship. 5 laps to go. Can he return to victory lane in the Renegades? We'll find out in a matter of moments. Wilson, meanwhile, has been in victory lane in recent memories. 4 to go. You've got Shreves and Clevenger battling for the podium. Three circuits remain. Just about a half-second lead for John Short on Tyler Wilson. So many battles going on from position. Look out, Dimmer. It's a tire pretty good and probably just damaged the belly pan of that race car. And has to switch back to the middle side. That is a tough break for Dimmer at a top 5 car. Likely will finish outside the top 10. The race is off the way with 1 to go. John Short or Tyler Wilson. Pick your favorite driver. This is going to be a good one. Wilson's going to have to send it in. Does not do the slide job, and off for 4. John Short's going back to victory lane at Limaland. Jack Clevenger 3rd, Randy Shreves 4th, Keith Jackson from 16th to 5th. Kurt Schatzer also up 11 from 21st to 10th. Folks, give it up for the Renegades tonight. Oh my goodness. A phenomenal race out there tonight as a whole. Oh my goodness me. Zach Chapman, I don't know what you saw. I can finally breathe again. There were so many moments, so much close quarters racing where at times it looked like they were going to wreck, but they didn't. Just one caution.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was very exciting. Wheel to wheel, 3 wide, 4 wide, all through the field. I mean, what more can you ask for? It was easy to pass if you had the car to do it, but I was just a little too free tonight. Couldn't move, but it was a lot of fun.
I tell you what, if this race went caution-free, I think you and I would have to convince Roger to give everyone extra points.
Yeah, that was we put on a show there for a while. That was quite the standard to set for the rest of the season.
Oh yeah, for sure. The bar has been set high for the 2024 spring season. John Short the winner, Tyler Wilson 2nd, Jack Clevenger 3rd, Randy Shreves 4th, Keith Jackson 5th, Blake Chapman 6th, Jeff Barker 7th, Ross Corona 8th, Kyle Sargent 9th, and Kurt Schatzer 10th. Here's looking at 11th through 20th. 2 drivers went a lap down before the first caution. Gary Taylor and Zach Neubauer and Landis and DeGood all out of the race tonight. All right, let's begin by talking with our 3rd place finisher, Jack Clevenger. Jack, first off, have you caught your breath yet?
Man, I felt like I was out for a Sunday drive, Marty. That was the slowest I've ever driven this place.
Oh my goodness, there was so much exciting racing. Walk us through this pass for 3rd at the end here on Dittmer. He was trying to run the low line this entire race, but just got away from him at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I just there was that big strip in the middle there and a small patch on the exit of 2, and I was like, man, if I can just slow down and kind of run in this, I was quarter to half throttle the whole way. I mean, I get excited. I'd feel Randy coming up there and like just hammer the throttle and I go slower, you know? So it was just as easy as you could go.
What positives do you take away from tonight to begin the season?
Positive that I ran 3rd. Got some work to do on setup wise, but yeah, I mean, it was a good night. Team out run 5th. I'm not sure where Donovan ran, but overall pretty good night. Keith ran 5th. I ran 3rd. Can't complain.
Who do you want to give shout outs to?
Just thank Keith and Devo and Gary and Greg and everybody that all our teammates that we bounce ideas off. You guys for the broadcast and Roger for the place to race.
Alrighty, we'll let you go. Great job tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Marty.
Jack Clevenger finishing in 3rd. Tyler Wilson, let's talk with him. He is your runner-up finisher this evening. Tyler, a tough one there at the end. What more did you need for John?
Oh, I needed John to mess up. He ran a great race. I mean, he's won tons of races, but I still know that being in the lead like that gives you those funny feelings going through your arms. It makes it hard to keep from burying it in the wall or something like that. And he nailed it for 35 laps. So hats off to him. I think just with this new build, I don't even know if I had the confidence to try a slider. I had a really good restart there on that one caution. Thought maybe I could make something happen there, but once he kind of got hooked up there on top, I was pretty content with just kind of cruising right behind him.
I don't know if you were aware of the race and that was going on behind you, but oh my goodness. It was insane.
That's awesome to hear. I hope it was good on the broadcast there. I, however, was not a fan of that caution. I'd seen we'd built up about a 4-second lead. I felt like my car was going away, or my ability to drive it was going away is probably a better way to put it. So I did not want to see that 4-second gap vanish, but we held on. No issues.
I think you were actually starting to close down on him as the caution had come out. I don't know if lap traffic was starting to be a factor there. I'm not too sure. But anyway, who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Just a shout out to all the guys over at Training Wheels. Shout out to Ross over at Velocity for the paint. He always does an awesome job. Obviously, to you guys for the broadcast. I'll be looking forward to going back and watching this one. I didn't get to see a lot from up front, which is a good problem to have. And Roger and all the guys that put this league on. I've been here a few years now, and we're just gonna keep chugging along.
All righty, man. Great job tonight, and best of luck next week.
Yep, thanks, Marty.
All right, now we go to Victory Lane. He's your winner. And back in Victory Lane, John Short. John, I don't know how long it's been since we've seen you in Victory Lane, but welcome back. How's it feel?
Oh man, it feels great. Yeah, it's been way too long. We've struggled here the last few seasons just getting anything right. So I don't know if it's the build or just everybody else. I've had a couple laps around here just yesterday, made a couple laps and felt everything was so different. So it was nice to get in here, and starting on the front row helped a lot. So,
is there anything that you've been working on in particular in this past week or so with the new update, the new package, to get up to where you are?
No, I mean, I spent all of like 15 minutes trying to just tweak some stuff. I mean, luckily having some notes about how to set some stuff up and make some changes helped a lot, but just bouncing some ideas off the guys and getting kind of comfortable with it. It was helping a lot. So they're in the practice session before here. So not a whole lot. Just got changed the way things are. The weight's transferred and the aerodynamics a little bit. It seems like now. So I mean, I don't know what the other guys said, but it's like it just felt like we were crawling around there with the lap times being down. It felt like a couple seconds there, but it was like, I mean, I don't know if I opened it up past half throttle most of the race there, other than a couple laps maybe down the backstretch there, because it was so 1 and 2 pretty much was nothing left, and the exit of 4 was real sketchy too. So you didn't really have much room to run her hard.
Next week, Kern County, give me your thoughts on that going on, and what's your outlook look like?
Well, I got to buy the track first, so I still haven't bought that track. I didn't run it at all when I was out a bunch when we were that first came out. So I guess I'll be a newbie there. If I have a decent finish, I'll be happy just because of I know a lot of other guys have laps there. So maybe we'll get on and test a little bit this week and see how it goes. But yeah, might not be too good.
Who do you want to give shout outs to?
Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Thanks for Roger and all the guys that run the league. It's a big effort, but it's a lot of everybody really appreciates it. Gotta thank the guys at Crate Sim Racing, Preston for doing the paint, and then everybody else there. Just good teamwork tonight, just helping bounce ideas off and get things right. I know Blake Terry had some bad luck, but Blake had a pretty good finish from starting deep and working his way through all that traffic back there. So I think we were pretty good tonight, and it definitely helps having teammates like that to bounce ideas off of. And then I got to thank Malcolm Mills, Mill Riding, and Epsilon Sprint Wraps, and then Galen's Homegrown Popcorn. If you want some of the best popcorn in the country, just look them up online, Galen's Homegrown Popcorn, and use the code CART. Get yourself 15% off a discount at checkout.
Always delicious. So
Blake's really proud of you right now,
yes,
John.
Blake is proud of you
Yeah.
for nailing that.
I figured I couldn't go back to the team if I didn't get that one in there.
Yeah. Congratulations, man. Welcome back. You definitely deserve it. Well done tonight.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
John Short, your winner in victory lane. We'll put the cameras on here for one final time tonight before we sign off here. Let's see here. Let's get that guest test. What a night tonight, Zach. What a night. What a race. Great way to kick off the season.
Yeah, it threw a lot of guys for a loop. This new dirt build last week with the charity, with the week 13, we did just a lot of fun runs. Didn't run any 360s, so nobody was really expecting this, I don't think. A lot of us don't really run a lot of official races. We kind of just run what happens with the league. So we were thrown a big monkey wrench tonight, and most of us will be ready for it next Monday night.
I believe so. Again, next week, Kern County Raceway, Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. I believe that's how it's called now. So, again, thanks for joining us this evening. It was a fun one for sure. On behalf of everyone at the Coast to Coast Race League, Roger Craig and his group of admins, all the fine drivers and sponsors. On behalf of my broadcast partners tonight, Zach Chapman and Dean Reynolds. Martin Scala saying so long. Congrats to your winners tonight. Dylan Kinsey in Open 358, Ross Corina in Rebels, John Short in Renegades. So long, everyone.